Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Hello.
I never know which screen to have open which side. I'm trying to avoid looking away from the camera as frequently as I do. Who we got? Dave Messer, good evening, sir. Brian Pop Robson, thanks a lot, Andy. Oh, we've got a super chat of somebody already. Ooh, super chat. Thank you. I barely even had to look at the button. Just wanted to say how much I love your channel. As you already know, you're second behind Simon Dan. He's the best, but you're the funniest. Yeah, thank you, pal. I think that's what's known as a backhanded compliment. Love your stuff, but
Yeah.
insert a plug as you so choose. Thank you, pal. Much appreciated. Kind of. Thanks a lot, Andy. Dade Murphy, good evening, pal. How are you? Purple Snowdrop, Ben Speed. How are you, pal? Benjamin. Good evening. Oh, right. So anyway, I need a few sensible volunteers. I want to get some feedback, right? Because what I messaged Chris Shapley earlier on, and asked him to come back to me and be critical about my videos now.
Yeah.
You know, looking again for patterns, for the lower views and all this, that, and the other. So the only sort of qualification you need to have is that you need to have been here for a while, at least a couple of years, or I would say the minimum. I think you would have need to have been around for is 1 year at the very least, because I had a 2-hour conversation with YouTube this morning.
Yeah, who were you speaking to at YouTube? Because you said that
I was speaking to Sahara.
Oh, okay.
I remember the name. Yeah, I'm sorry. The chat. Yeah, I can see. I've got lots of volunteers. Me official 100% definite. I'm Ben as well. I'm volunteering your services. You're doing it anyway. And you'll also all need to be in my Discord server, because that's where I'm going to have this little sort of conversation. But the long and the short of it is, I want you to tell me what you don't like about my videos. So, for example, the question I asked the good doctor was, you know, what's changed that is causing less than 25% of my audience to give a crap that I've uploaded anything. And what I mean by that, and I don't think it's that, I'm just being stupid, but sooner when I messaged Chris earlier on and asked him to do that for me, do you know, and I said to him, I said, don't answer me straight away now. I said, have a little think about it.
Yeah.
And be brutal. First line of his message a couple of hours later started off, first of all, let me say, I can't remember the last time I received a notification for one of your uploads.
Right.
Now, when I was speaking to YouTube earlier on today, that Sahara was on the surface was very helpful, but I actually know less now than I did before I had the conversation.
That seems to be the problem when you reach out to YouTube, is they just confuse people.
Yeah, they just send you links and I'll face the camera for this, because I can tell you all right now who YouTube said is to blame. You. It's your fault for not keeping an eye on my channel, apparently. And it's your fault for not knowing how to turn on your notifications properly.
Yeah,
it's never, right, yeah, maybe there is a technical, because I said, can you first of all check, are there any technical factors involved? So they replied and said, there's no technical factors relating to your query. Okay, brilliant. But does that mean there are some other technical factors?
Yeah.
But because they're not directly related to my query, you think they're irrelevant, but they may not be.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I've seen people online talking about this for years. It's been your experience with YouTube is basically no communication.
Yeah.
Even, you hit 100,000 and they're like, oh, we're giving you a YouTube manager.
Yeah.
And then it's just.
And that's fine. She's helped in a small way.
Yeah, but trying to get information from YouTube is like trying to get blood from a stone.
Yeah, exactly. They just
they don't want to tell anyone anything. They want to keep everyone guessing.
I said in the conversation, I said at one point, I said, we're just going around in circles. I'm explaining to you what the problem is. So the algorithm doesn't help me at all. It helps the people who watch me.
Yeah.
And it helps match my content to what you as a viewer enjoy. Now, another part of this conversation, I was busy, multitasking, and I was taking screenshots from my comment section over the last 6 months and screen grabbing the comments that said, I thought you'd left YouTube. I thought you didn't make content anymore.
Yeah.
I thought you were on an extended break, blah, blah, blah. So it's not that there's a problem with the notifications. The problem is that the videos aren't being presented in the way they were 12 months ago, 8 months ago.
Yeah. And obviously this is very frustrating. It's not unique to you, this issue either.
That's what I was going to say. It can't be a coincidence.
No, so for YouTube to deny any technical issues it's nonsense, to be honest.
Yeah. But that's the thing, see, I kind of believe them that there's no technical issue, only because everybody who's experiencing this, if it was a technical issue, I guess would be experiencing it in exactly the same way. But to say there is no factor behind the scenes contributing to this issue, I think is just blatantly not true. But I also think that, like people are afraid that AI is going to take over and in the end it'll actually be controlling us, not vice versa. I think when it comes to the YouTube algorithm, I think that's already happened. I think the algorithm has confused the people who wrote the code that runs it.
Yeah, I don't think anyone knows what's going on. I really don't. I don't think anyone.
No.
We met some people from YouTube a couple of months back in that event, and like they all seem very enthusiastic about their work, and you can tell they're very helpful in person, and but I think there's so much upper management bullshit happening at YouTube. No one knows what's going on.
I think they just don't know themselves how to. They're obviously given sort of, if anybody asks about this is the official answer.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's just frustrating. But if anybody does want to help me out with, doing a real hypercritical analysis of, a selection of my videos over the last 12 months, and you're already or willing to join my Discord server, just send me a direct message on Discord so I know that you're up for helping, and I'll set up a little group chat then, and then I'll sort of explain exactly what I want you to do. All I want, it's not a secret, only the inside few will know. I just want, if you think the way I do a certain thing has just gone shit and you don't enjoy it anymore, that's what I want you to say. I definitely don't just want a load of people coming in just to blow smoke up my ass and tell me how great I am, because that's not helpful.
Well, that leads me to what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I volunteer because I'm not a viewer in that way. I haven't got the same...
Yeah, well, I was going to add you to the group anyway, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, but I want to do it as well, because obviously the lovely people in the chat are going to be slightly more biased, whereas I'm more like, You know, I don't.
Yeah,
I'm not a Creaky Blinder fan. Shock horror to those watching. I
won't read out Chris's response on the air now, but I'll show it to you. And a lot of what he says makes perfect sense to me, and I can see, you know,
yeah,
that what he said was actually, yeah, you're probably right there.
Okay, I'm very curious.
And but the whole point is they need to have been Creaky Blinder fans for.
Yeah. No, but I also just think a kind of maybe a slightly different opinion on it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you're interested in doing that, like I say, I'm going to set up a group in the Discord. There'll just be me, Callum, and, you know, however many of you are happy to volunteer to be involved.
That means I have to make a Discord account now.
Haven't you? You've had
I mean, I have one. Yeah, I do have one.
Yeah. I got to be honest, if I ever get logged out of mine, I got no idea how I'll get back in, because I've got no trace of the password or anything for it.
To be fair, I think I am actually auto logged in. I'm pretty sure it pops up on my PC. It's one of those things that comes up when my PC comes on and I just close it.
Yeah, and you don't pay attention to it because you don't use it. Yeah, I get that a lot as well. So yeah, so let me know, peepsicles, because you know, I'm still enjoying doing what I do, and you know, having people who are honest enough to be critical is going to be massively helpful, because you know it shapes what I do. You know, have I become too miserable, too serious? I don't think so. I'm still childish.
I don't know if you've seen it, but Chris has just said it's up to you. Obviously, he said that he doesn't mind if you read out what he sent you today.
Right,
but that's up to you.
Yeah,
it's whether or not you want to say it on.
Yeah,
completely up to you.
Yeah, well, no, you know, it's Chris's answer would have been slightly different to a regular subscriber's answer anyway, because you know we're friends in real life, not just not just on. But you know, I got no problem, but I don't really want anybody. I don't want to read this out there and allow this to. Do you know? I'm not gonna read it out. I'm not gonna read it out.
Okay.
Because I don't want
to sway anyone's. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I don't want it to sway anyone's opinion. Anyway, where were we? Chris, I don't. Yeah. No. So yeah. Does that make sense to you, Chris? You know, it was you who sent me the message. So right, so what do we got here? So Morris Gatrou I bet it was Maurice. No, it wouldn't be spelled like that, would it?
I don't know.
Is it just, am I just being thick, or is it a really complicated name? No, it's not you. It's YouTube glitching out. You were very entertaining. Thank you, sir. Yeah, it was just frustrating that Sahara couldn't I couldn't even get them on the same page as me. They kept blaming the notifications, and I said, well, yeah, that is another problem, that nobody ever seems to get notified. But the actual problem is people are coming back and going, oh, nice mustache, Creaky. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I've been about 4 months.
Yeah.
So I know it sounds silly, but it's like you don't grow a mustache like this in a fortnight. Do you know what I mean?
No, yeah.
So it's kind of,
it gives you an idea of how long they haven't seen your content. If they're like, oh my God, you have a mustache now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I got a clip for that, but I always forget to load it onto it. It's in the editing software. You know, Jeffrey from Family Guy, the episode where Peter grows a mustache.
Oh, I don't know. I was watching.
You've got a mustache.
Oh, yeah. You haven't seen Million Ways to Die in the West, have you?
No, I haven't.
I was watching it the other night, and Neil Patrick Harris, his character in it, he owns the local at the town mustachery.
Yeah.
And there's just so many mustache jokes that really tickled me. You need to watch it.
You know, in the same vein, but complete change of topic, Modern Family.
So funny.
Billy Dean, I've forgotten his surname now. There was a couple of Star Wars references in it yesterday, good ones as well. So we were sitting there watching it, and obviously I recognize, it's Lando Calrissian from Star Wars. And when he walks over, first thing Phil goes, "It's Lando." But Mammy was sitting there, she goes, well, I don't get it.
There's so many good little references in Modern Family.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
You've definitely overtaken me now as well, like, because I'm still, well, what season are you on?
Season 4.
I've either just started or I'm still on season 3.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It is. It's the best suggestion you've made in a
It's
very
good,
long
isn't it?
time.
Because
It's awesome.
I've seen episodes here and there from all over the seasons over the years, but I've never sat down and actually watched it.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Billy D. Williams. Thank you to Maurice Black Forest Gatto. Yeah, Billy D. Williams, that's it. Lando. Brian Pop Robson says, I remember your channel before you lost your accent. Do you know, it was funny, right? And I was expecting the comments. So, you know, the Rocket Money ad.
Yeah. I didn't look at the comments.
Obviously, people were commenting on it, making fun of my fake American accent.
Yeah.
And there were so many jokes like, it was very disconcerting. This is the first, I've been subscribed for 4 years and I've never heard you speak with an accent. And the number of people who were going, the further into it I got, the more cowboy I got.
Yeah.
I think it was the influence of the hat.
There was one line in it where when I was editing it, it was making me laugh because the only way I could describe it is you sound like a old Southern damsel in distress.
Yeah.
I don't know. You said like something subscription, and it was the way you said it. It sounded like
that's what happened. See, this is what because I've always had this idea. I thought it would be a really funny video if I would have to practice, but when do you practice anything? If I just didn't mention it, didn't even hint at it, but just did the entire video just in an American accent. And then in a perfect, like, standard sort of American accent. And then right at the end of the video, just say something like, I'm glad that's all. It's been so exhausting.
Yeah.
This stupid Welsh accent.
Yeah.
But it's so hard to do a tidy American accent. It's a nightmare, it is.
I was surprised how good it was, to be honest.
Yeah, but I watched the video from a voice coach before I did that, just to remember to do a hard R, and you know, because we say car, they say car, but unless you're from like New England, then it's car. So a bit like Cardiff, but it's so hard to do it, and that's why I've never done it, because when I try to do it, it's like a wave with me, right? It goes sort of couple of words which sound like, it could be American. Then it's like, no, you're not American. You're starting to sound a bit sort of, like you say, Southern Belle, Texas cowboy. And then towards the end, then it becomes a very racist Pakistani accent. And I don't know what it is. It's like, I think, but the most consistent piece of advice I've seen on how to do a convincing American accent, it was Tom Hardy and Idris Elba both said the same thing, that you just have to drop your voice and start to speak more quietly, and you just like let everything go loose and floppy, and then it just comes out. No, when I do it.
Yeah, that sounds like actor waffle to me.
Because apparently Idris Elba, I can't remember the name of the show. I haven't seen much with him in it. He went in there and he was told if they even get a hint that you're not an actual American, and it was specifically Boston. Yeah. They said you're just not going to get this job.
Yeah, I think, was it like The Wire or something?
That's what it was, The Wire.
He was in something really famous like that.
The Wire, yeah. But, you know, he did it, and he said he almost got away with it. Somebody at the end said, where are you really from? Because you're definitely not from Boston. And he said, East London, I think he's from, or maybe
he's from somewhere in London.
I think he said he's from East London, but it's really hard to do an American accent. Gatro. So it's Morris Gratro. Rhymes with GoPro, apparently. I don't know why the chat's frozen that far back, but
I don't even know where that is.
What? Oh, that message.
Yeah.
Oh, it was well back. This screen of yours is frozen. Boston accent is really distinctive.
It's like Bill Burr.
Yeah.
That's a Boston accent.
Yeah. I always think of Richie from Boston because
I think
Conspiracy, not bad.
Ted.
Yeah.
Ted. Yeah.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg's character in Ted.
Yeah.
Sort of,
what's his name in Ted? I can't remember. Johnny? Yeah.
I think it is. I've only seen Ted once, and I haven't seen Ted 2.
Shut up.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Only seen Ted, and I've only ever watched it once. It was one of those films. I enjoyed it.
Ted 2 is better than the first one.
Really?
I will not. That is not a controversial opinion. I will hear nothing about it.
Well,
it's better. And Ted, the series that came out, I think it was last year, is better than the films.
Is it? I didn't even know there was a series. Brian Pop Robson says loose and floppy. Sounds like my mistake.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, dear me. Kevin Sullivan, the wrestler, is great to look up for a Boston accent. I thought we were going to say he's great to look at, isn't it? So, whatever goes on in Pence Gunner is none of my beeswax. Chris agrees with you. I'm not sure about what. I haven't really been paying attention.
Everything. I'm right about everything.
Storm Shadow says you must be talking when watching Ted. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't something that I enjoyed to the point where I thought, I gotta watch that again. It was really funny. And it was. I enjoyed it.
The first Ted film is very funny.
Yeah.
The second one is funnier.
Yeah.
I can't believe.
When did it come out?
Oh, like 10 plus years ago.
But the second one?
Yeah. The first Ted came out in like 2012, Dad.
Oh, God. Well, that must be roughly when I watched it then, because it was quite new when I watched it.
Yeah, hold on. Oh, sorry. The first one came out in 2012.
Yeah.
And then Ted 2 came out in 2015, so 10 years ago.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
I thought it was like 3 years ago. Bart what? Bart says, American accent, Hugh Laurie in House or Freddie Highmore in The Good Doctor. Freddie Highmore did have a very good American accent. I had never seen Freddie Highmore in anything. So I had to Google whether he was American or British.
Well, same with me, with Hugh Laurie, because of my age. The first thing I ever saw him in, he was the dad in Stuart Little.
Yeah.
And he's American in that. Yeah. And I was aware of him from House as well. So I was like, well, this is the first time I heard him speak with because he's got a proper like posh.
Yeah.
Like he speaks like RP and like royal.
That's it.
It. And I was gobsmacked. I had no idea he was an English guy.
Yeah. Magical Cackle says there was a second Ted movie.
Yes. And it's better than the first one. But in the series,
sure why, but Ted uses a parsnip. I don't get the reference.
In the series, what's his name? The guy who plays Steve Smith.
We were talking about him the other day.
I know.
Because Jordan he wasn't the same.
Yeah. But he plays the dad in the Ted series because it's a prequel. See, so it's Ted and Johnny when they're like teenagers in high school. So Ted's in school. Oh my God, I can't remember his bloody name now.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. It's doing
as soon as you say it.
Yeah, I know. Played by Scott Grimes. Yeah.
Andy says not very impressed with the Ted films. Not funny.
Oh.
Ben Speed says Rick from Walking Dead is great. My mate from Tennessee couldn't believe he was English. Really? That surprises me. I can't meet or come across anybody called Carl anymore without hearing Carl. Was that a good American accent? It shows what I know. Mine made me sound like I worked in the biggest little whorehouse in Texas.
Yeah. Yours reminded me of, because I also think this person can't do an American accent very well, even though he's basically made a career off it, is Charlie Hunnam.
I was just going to say, yeah, Charlie Hunnam's accent
I don't
followed a similar trajectory to mine when I tried to do it.
No, there was. You haven't seen the Ed Gein thing, have you?
No.
But
No.
that's what it sounded like. Mother, mother. That's what it reminded me of.
Oh dear me. Ted always liked Flash Gordon. I've put that comment on the screen for it. I was sitting here when we were talking about Ted, thinking there was somebody in it from a film when I was a kid, and it was Flash from Flash Gordon.
Yeah,
but he was an American football person, wasn't he? I think.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm sure he was an actual American. You know, is it NFL? Is American? No, is it? What's the American football called?
Yeah, NFL.
It is NFL, is it?
Yeah.
Mind you, Dick Van Dyke doing a Cockney accent. A Cockney accent was cringe. It was incredibly, brilliantly terrible. It's kind of, it was so over the top. It was like almost like a caricature, but in audible form.
Yeah.
It was awful, absolutely awful. But I tell you another good one is Julie Andrews, from Sound of Music.
Where's she from?
She's British, I believe. No, do you know? See, no, do you know? I brought that up because she does a very, very good English and a very, very good American. But it's so good. I don't actually know which way round it should be. I don't know if she's British. I want to say she's British. She is British. Brian just confirmed it. He's old. He knows everything. He's probably been around longer than she has.
No way. Tomorrow is Dick Van Dyke's 100th birthday.
I knew it was coming up.
I knew he was 99. I didn't know how. That's insane. He's still going as well.
Yeah. Still.
He's still got a pep in his step.
I know. He must sleep in a greenhouse or something.
Yeah.
Right, hang on. Oh, she's married to an American. She's from Merthyr. I don't think she's from Merthyr, Ben. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So the other thing I wanted to briefly touch on as well, because I forgot we're only going to go for an hour tonight.
Oh yeah.
Because this is just chatting, stream. I don't want to 2 hours of people's time. But so next Sunday night at 7 p.m. right here on the channel and on the second channel and on Twitch. If you know,
do I have a drum roll sound effect?
Twitch person.
I thought we had drum rolls.
I don't think.
Mad.
Look at that. Blows my mind every time.
Yeah, we definitely haven't. And that's pressing. That's just reminding me that was another thing. And you referenced it in the editing for the ad. I went all Uncle Bryn a few times as well.
Right at the end.
Yeah.
I can't do the accent, Pam. Yeah. Next Sunday. I'm very excited for next Sunday.
Yeah. Yes. Brought me straight back to it. I'll get back to that comment in just a second now. Unless you're Welsh, you can't comment. I tell you who's really good at accents, Stephen Graham. We've talked about him.
Oh my God, yeah.
So we've got Callum, myself, and Ben Speed know him as Forrest Fach guy.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing that absolutely nobody else in the side chat will even have an inkling what I'm on about. But next Sunday, we're going to be joined live by Forrest Falk guy. And we're going to chat about all things evolution. And I'm going to ask him loads of annoying questions that he's going to be absolutely amazed. I don't know anyway, because I probably should.
I'm excited. I've got questions myself. I'm
he's such a proper nice guy, and he's so interesting and so excited by everything he talks about.
Yeah, like, well, obviously I've said previously that I'm excited because I'm a fan of Forrest Falk guy. I watch I don't religiously watch it, but he comes up on my For You page daily. I see Forrest Falk guy often.
Asking my Borders books.
There's going to be Nando's now, apparently.
Yeah. apparently.
Yeah, now we're getting very local.
Yeah, extremely local.
Yeah. What do you think about the fact they've moved Card Factory, Ben?
Hang on, hang on a second. I get the impression that Graham B might be. Actually,
I believe
think
he is
Welsh,
Welsh.
isn't he?
I believe
Sorry,
he is.
Gray, you've got every right. What did you say? I got to go back and find that comment now. Was it gone?
No, the Storm Shadow made me laugh. Who's this Forest Fart guy?
Dick Van Dyke's son is a famous prosecutor. He prosecuted a quite well-known serial killer. I'm hoping there's a punchline to that, Ben. Either or I've just very inappropriately laughed at something I shouldn't have.
Maybe it is just true.
Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it's just an interesting little fact on it.
Yeah. But yeah, next week Forest Wild guy is it's very, very exciting.
Yeah, it is. It should be really good. He can just make anything sound interesting.
And he's good at simplifying information too, I find. For someone who knows so much off the top of his head.
Yeah, exactly.
He's very good at dumbing it down for idiots like me.
Because I'll ask him, because I've asked other people this question as well. It's like, you know, when I'm making a response to a flat earther, not so much now because I've been doing this so long, but I got to go back and check a fact and double check the maths on something or whatever. But then I've always thought, well, there's people who just know exactly why that is wrong, and they know the actual scientific explanation as to why that is wrong.
Yeah.
And I always wonder, what must it be like for people like that? You know, somebody like Brian Cox or Neil deGrasse Tyson or Michio Kaku, Sheldon, you know, any actual astrophysicist, to hear a person sincerely claiming to believe that the earth is flat.
Yeah. It must be infuriating.
Yeah.
It's like if someone tried to come up to you and convince you that you don't make videos for a living.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
because it's just nonsensical. It's they're just going to look at you like, are you dumb? Are you dumb?
Yeah, exactly.
And yes is the answer, I think, most of the time.
I know. Morris, Black Forest Gato says, I'll try to catch you live again, Creaky. This is great. I'll be leaving for work soon, but I'll have to, what? But I'll be back to watch all your future videos. Have a great chat, everyone. Love you. Bye. Thank you, pal.
Thank you. And thank you for the super chat at the beginning of the stream.
That's right. Morris was the super chatter, wasn't he? Thank you, pal. Yeah, Graham's 100% Welsh.
Yeah.
They're just top. Yeah, you're right, Bri.
Oh, he said top earlier, and I should have.
I know.
And he has said before that he's Welsh.
Yeah. Well, I will say, considering, you know, present company, in New Jersey, top doesn't mean top at all. It means township.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited to see him on the channel again. I'm going to try and come up with some questions for him to discuss. Yeah, it's I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Because I thoroughly enjoyed it last time. But states Christian Bale also is Welsh. No?
Yes.
Isn't he?
Yes. But if you ask him, he'll say no.
Will he?
But we claim him anyway.
Why do we claim him? Is he good?
I think he's just Batman, isn't he? So I think he was born in Wales or his family's Welsh, but I think he was raised in like
is he
London.
The guy? There's a TikTok going around at the minute. People are surprised that he still drives a 2-year-old, like a 20-year-old Chevy Tahoe.
Oh, I have no idea.
Truck.
I have no idea.
Has he got like a weird sort of, I don't know, funny kind of smiley sort of deal going on?
I have no idea.
Bit of a weird, you know.
He was Batman. He there we go.
It's like
he coined the phrase, I'm Batman.
Somebody stole the bottom of his face, but he needed a replacement. They found one, but it was a bit more sort of Bruce Forsyth.
I don't think he
stuck it on anyway.
No, that's Christian Bale.
Yeah, that's him. It looks like the top of his head doesn't belong to the bottom of it.
I've never made that observation before.
If he's ever on South Park, they won't have to edit him much to make him look Canadian.
See, there we are. Christian Charles Philip Bale, that's a posh name, is a English actor. See, that he doesn't claim us.
What a tool!
But we claim him.
Why?
He can't get away from it.
We're not that embarrassing.
It's in your blood, Christian.
Exactly. You can't run from your destined. No, you could have to run towards your destiny. Shut up. Why does he say he's not well?
Because I don't think he is really. I think he was maybe born here and his family's from here,
Right.
but I don't think he's actually.
Yeah.
Like I think he moved young.
Yeah.
And he's English essentially, but he's Welsh by birth or by blood. I think.
Here's a little thought experiment now. So my two cousins, one of them is a doctor, one of them is a teacher. They both live in Australia. Now, my oldest cousin, Sinead, was born in Wales, but has always lived elsewhere. My second cousin, Rhiannon, was born in Ireland. She has lived over here, but now they're both in Australia. So does that make Sinead more Welsh or Irish? When one parent is Welsh and one parent is Irish, does that make you like a direct 50-50 split? Because I think where you live obviously has influence, which is why Sinead has that, what do you call it, that Europe, like American, European sort of Charlie Hunnam.
The transatlantic.
Is she Irish? Is she American? Because she gets mistaken for American all the time.
When I was young, I always used to think Sinead had an American accent. Bale, born in Wales to English parents, apparently.
Right.
That makes sense. So do you know what I mean? He's technically he's English, but he was born here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know because
hang on.
Go on.
He's not Welsh then, is he?
No, that's what I'm saying. He was born. So technically, if we had a different passport to England, he would be entitled to ours because he was born here.
So if me and Mrs. Blinder were on holiday in Spain and she gave birth while we were on 2 weeks holiday, does that mean I need to name the baby Pablo?
No, I don't know how it works if you're on holiday.
I've somehow got a Spanish son.
Yeah, but Sinead and Rhiannon's children will have Australian passports
because they were born in Australia.
But they'll also be allowed Irish passports.
Yeah, Sinead's got
and they'll also be allowed British passports.
Sinead's got
dual citizenship.
Yeah, she's got 3 passports.
3, yeah, and the child will. And then Rhiannon, that child will have multiple too because the father's Filipino.
Yeah.
So that child will have like 3-4 different passports.
Yeah.
So if they ever need to go on the run, they're up there.
But by that logic, then, if being born in Australia by default makes the children Australian citizens, there must be a time frame involved then, because
I guess it depends on. I suppose like if you're literally on holiday, one, you probably shouldn't be flying if you're 9 months pregnant. For one.
Or pregnant at all in your 50s.
Yeah. You shouldn't really be pregnant in your 50s, regardless. But I don't know. There's probably, but you hear about it all the time. Like military children, they're like dual nationals because they're all say, from Surrey, but they were born on a base in South Korea. It's
2 of the boys I used to knock about with when I was in my early teens. There was 3 brothers actually, and their dad was in the army, and they lived bloody everywhere.
Yeah,
absolutely everywhere.
Yeah,
but they had weird. I guess you adapt the way you speak, don't you? To
I think a lot of the times,
which is exactly what I'm doing now to make sure that everybody who's watching me now can understand me.
Yeah, it's the same thing we do every time we leave Wales, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Until we meet another Welsh person. Welcome to the Blinder, guys. Thank you very much, Robster 1001. Whenever I see 1001 written down, it makes me think of carpet cleaners.
Why?
There was a carpet cleaning brand called 1001.
Okay.
Just old man stuff. Just kind of how I roll. Thank you very much indeed. Magical Cackle says it depends on the country. Not everyone allows dual citizenship, and Trump is trying to get rid of it in the US.
Trump's also a paedophile, so don't worry about it.
He would be trying to get rid of it, wouldn't he? The Canadian Space Advocate. How are you, pal?
Hey, what's up, gang?
No.
There we go. You know where that button is way too quickly.
Yeah, I know. I think it's my most used. It's my most used sound effect. It's not my favorite because my favorite is the one I always forget to use because I always forget to ask these people if they can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you, Clem Fandango.
Exactly. I've managed to weave a couple of Stephen Toast clips into videos.
Recent videos of you.
Yeah.
I never think
And
of
there's
him.
one which is going to get a lot of use, and it's not so much what he says, it's the way he says it. So he basically just says that's a lot of bullshit, but it's basically he's in the booth, headphones on, the mic's in front of him to do a an ad read because that's kind of what he does. And he says, "Oh, there's a lot of words here. How many words is it?" And Clem Fandango.
Yes, I can hear you, Clem Fandango.
But Clem Fandango then tells him that it's like 100,000 words, and he goes, "That's a lot of bullshit."
Oh,
And
yeah.
it just tickles me the way he says it. So I can see me using that a lot.
Yeah, that'll definitely come in handy, that one.
I cannot talk for a tinker's damn today. 30 minutes to record 3 minutes of audio. Oh, I tell you what, sometimes it can take me. Do you know, right? Sometimes I can, and I'm getting better at it, in the same way as I'm getting better at getting ahead, like the video that you'll watch tomorrow night. Hopefully, if YouTube bothers to tell anyone I've uploaded tomorrow night. I sort of finished that and uploaded it like Thursday of this week that's just finished now.
Oh, so you are getting how many days
Yeah.
ahead, do you know?
2 at the minute, but I'm going to lose a day tomorrow because I'm doing a guest spot for somebody.
Ah,
But I was
are.
only able to say I could do it at such short notice because
That you're ahead.
that I'm ahead.
That's what I
Yeah.
think, right? I think that's the move for 2026.
Yeah.
I think the Creaky Blinder needs to appear on every channel.
Yeah.
I think
everyone-
you shouldn't
everyone
be
I
able
can
to
get on.
escape you.
Yeah. But that's what I was going to say. I know exactly what Dobbs is saying because sometimes, like I say, I'm not as bad now, but that first, I usually try to keep it to anywhere from 20 to 40 seconds. The pre shut up and sit down
Yeah.
stinger. Sometimes, like it's like 1:30 in the afternoon, and I started at like 8 o'clock, and I'm like, yeah, shit, I probably should move on from here, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
The video's going to be uploaded now in 4 hours.
Yeah.
But it's sometimes the simplest things are what will take you the longest to do. Goth Atheist, how are you, pal? Love you, man. Keep fighting the good fight. And your dad jokes are the light of my household. We all love them. None of them are really my jokes. I won't be able to tell you any of mine. I'd probably get cancelled.
What recent ones have you done on there? I haven't seen any.
I've done a few Gary Delaney ones, but that's the thing with me. See, I can't even remember. I am absolutely amazed I haven't doubled up on a joke yet.
I wonder. Oh no, people would let you know straight away.
People would definitely let me know. Thank you very much indeed, and giggity to you as well, Mr. Storm Shadow 134. Very kind of you, old chappy.
Giggity goo.
Giggity goo. But yeah, I'm amazed I can't even remember the joke that's in tomorrow's. Actually, I can. I think I can, because I think it's one that Chris sent me. Yeah, it is.
What is it?
You
should give us a sneak preview.
Yeah.
What is it?
I gotta get to it. There we are. Yeah. I remember. Right. So a penguin brings his snowmobile into the mechanic's workshop, and the mechanic says, "Hope you don't mind waiting. It's gonna be a while." So the penguin decides to go next door to the diner to get something to eat. After a little while, the penguin comes back, and the mechanic looks at him and says, "Looks like you've blown a seal." And the penguin goes, "No, I just had some ice cream."
That's good. I like that one.
Oh, dear me.
Apparently, you have told a joke twice.
Have I? Go on then.
What
Smart
was
ass.
it?
What was it? And I'll say it now. Thanks a lot, Andy. Have I really? It wouldn't surprise me. Absolutely wouldn't surprise me. I'm amazed. I would be more shocked if I haven't told the same joke twice. I know I've nearly done it, but then right at the last minute, it's gone, crap, I'm going to have to find another one because I know I've told that. Absolutely, I know. I've done that.
One of my favorites recently was the Bruce Lee's daughter.
Oh yeah, Simone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tickled me. It really tickled me.
But I always forget them. I remember that one, but I had to think for a second. Yeah, I get it.
Jokes are one of those things, though. It's like if someone says to you, "Oh, what film shall I watch?" Your brain, it's like you've never seen a film before in your life.
Yeah.
Your brain just blanks.
Yeah.
So if someone goes, "Oh, tell me a joke," it's like you've never heard or told a joke in your life.
Yeah, yeah. I told you, didn't I, that somebody DM'd me the other day asking,
yes,
was I interested in doing stand-up?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is all I can do to stand up to record a video. I can't think of anything that would make me more nervous and uncomfortable than standing it. It's easy to say something a little bit naughty or a little bit near the knuckle to get a laugh out of somebody who's standing face to face with you because they're not expecting it. And generally speaking, that's kind of what makes it a chuckle moment.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't think of anything scarier than walking into a room with, I don't know, 50 people in it, we'll say, expecting you to go and stand there with your microphone and be funny.
Especially like when you're further, like when comedians are further along, it must be easier knowing people are coming to see you. But in those early days, where like, had you taken that person up on their offer, you'd have been walking into a room as a nobody in front of strangers who are like, I don't know who this person is.
Yeah.
And now they're going to try and make me laugh. And that your kind of attitude is, well, for the most part, people want to have fun. The audience want you to do well because if you do well, everyone's having fun. But, you know, over the last couple of years, I've been to quite a lot of small comedy shows now, and it's horrendous when it doesn't work.
Well, like, what's that thing you always watch?
Kill Tony.
Kill Tony. Some of them are
it's horrendous.
It must be so embarrassing.
Horrendous.
And it's like I haven't even got the memory. You know, if I sort of sat down and learned, and I know they're not directly jokes. A lot of them are observations. I tell you an observation I made when I was in America, and I mainly saw this in restaurants and in TV programs. What is America's obsession with big wooden bowls of salad? Because let's be honest, they're not eating it, are they? You know, sorry, America, but you're not, are you?
Yeah.
But it's like you can make an observation like that and say it to somebody. But for all I know now, I may have just lost an American subscriber because I've upset them making a joke over salad bowl. Do you know what I mean?
But at the same time,
but in what I was going to say, but that in the flesh, that's the point where somebody goes, "Oh, that was shit, wasn't it? Think you're funny, dude, baldy."
Yeah.
And it's
but that's then where like having that sharpened wit then to be able to go, oh yeah, what do you do?
Yeah.
And then rip them apart it's a different
and it's easy to, well, I'm hoping that at least some of the people who watch me think I'm funny in my videos, but it's easy to kind of think of a funny smart ass remark to say back to something a flat earther has said, but to keep doing that. But I know, you know, eventually they just basically like Bert Kreischer and the Machine story.
Yeah, well,
first time I've never been a big Bert Kreischer fan, but the first time I heard that story, that is funny to me.
Yeah.
That is funny. And then the second time it was like, oh yeah, I remember this funny story.
Yeah.
And then the third time it's like, mate, put a shirt on, will you? Get.
That's kind of
you've wound me up now. I don't care that it was funny once.
Do you know what's funny? In that little thing that you basically just described the trajectory of his career, where people were like, huh, this is funny.
Yeah.
And then people are like, oh yeah, this guy's funny. And then it's like people are like, all right, mate, you're a middle-aged man now, grow up.
If it was that if it was that easy, I'd have my nips out in every video. But no,
Yeah.
I'm struggling to get people to watch me now. And if I start doing it topless, well, I don't know.
Wow,
Maybe
you never know.
£5 a
Yeah.
month. Make it 10. I'll do it trouserless as well.
yeah, yeah.
But no, do you know what I mean? It's kind of, but I suppose like a standard, and I know they have to write new material. They can't tell the same jokes for 20 years.
Some people do.
But I was going to say, but I'm sure some do.
You
know,
know,
so they,
wait. You know someone who does and
Yeah.
has been.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, actually, yeah. And I won't say.
And just because he's not a traditional,
yeah,
you know, standing there with the microphone, he's been doing the same set, the same
Yeah.
bits, give or take, for damn
Yeah.
near 20
and
years.
you know, actually, he kind of debunks the point I made, because I don't think I have ever sat down and watched one of his performances live and not laughed at a joke I've heard him tell at least 30 times.
But then I think that then comes down to you're like a fan of his. You
Yeah.
enjoy it.
yeah,
Well, it's the same
Yeah.
principle as me rewatching stand-up specials.
But you know what?
I'll watch, if I enjoy a special, I'll watch it like 5
Yeah.
times that week.
yeah, yeah.
And I know when the jokes are coming, and
Yeah.
but like I enjoy picking the bits out there.
Yeah. But do you know what I think with this person that we are talking about? I think what tickles me about him is that he's telling that same joke I've heard 30 times, but he's directing it at a different person. And the one I'm thinking of is dance like nobody's watching, and then the guy gets up and starts dancing. And sit down, sir, everybody's watching.
Yeah.
Which isn't really funny. But in that live,
Yeah.
everybody's pissed up and excited to be on holidays. In that sort of,
Yeah.
it's funny.
Yeah,
Because some people laugh at him, others, you can see they're like, oh, cheers, mate, you just made me look right too.
Yeah.
And that makes it funnier to me.
Yeah,
then.
same. I like uncomfortable comedy,
Yeah.
meaning like that is making half the room feel like
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what makes me laugh half the time.
Yeah.
Like watching someone tell a joke
Yeah.
and like the room going flat.
Yeah.
For some reason, to me, it's the funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the time. It's a weird segue, I guess, but doing a pub quiz in Thailand with Jordan
Yeah.
in a hostel, and the guy doing the pub quiz, it must have been one of the worst nights on his job. It was going wrong in all sorts of ways. He was getting frustrated. He was
Yeah.
drunk, so he started arguing with some of the people taking the quiz. It went wrong in every way possible.
Yeah.
One of the funniest memories I have from the whole
Yeah.
trip.
Yeah. See, now I'm weird with comedy because it's only ever funny to me when it's live.
Yeah, but that guy wasn't a comedian. It's just his evening, and his job was going downhill, and it was just making me laugh.
Ooh, super chat. Thank you. Thank you, Robster 1001. Hope your carpets are lemony, fresh, and sparkly. But yeah, it's remember when I came back from Benidorm, I was all excited that I had covertly recorded an entire comedian set for you, and you listening, you're like, it's all right. But I was glad I recorded the show because I missed so much of it from laughing, and all his jokes were basically sort of self-deprecating humor. You know, say his wife is from Liverpool, so when she puts her pajamas on, he never knows whether she wants to go to bed or go to the supermarket.
Yeah.
You know, and it's that sort of. But again, when you tell that, if I told that as a joke at the end of my videos,
Yeah, well,
I'd be able to hear it through the comment section because it's not funny. But in that live,
yeah, well, this like it's a word that gets overused and bashed in especially in like comedy, but context.
yeah,
The context of being in the room, being able to hear that guy's Scouse accent while he's saying it,
Yeah.
or you know, there's all factors to it.
yeah,
Matt Arnold, that wasn't well, that is funny. That was more of a potentially traumatizing. Glad it happened early in the trips because it made me more.
cautious.
Yeah, I was more aware. Yeah, every
Oh,
time I
dear
heard
me.
"Hey, handsome" from a
Yeah.
distance, I was like, "Get away!"
Oh dear me. So there we go. So have we got any volunteers for project? What the hell is going on, you two?
Yeah.
I know Purple Snowdrop said that they'd messaged on Discord. I haven't got Discord. Oh, yes, I have. So I've had a message off me, and I don't mean me, I mean me. You know, me from the side chat.
Me.
Yeah, me.
Me. Exactly.
No, me.
No, me.
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 Right. Yeah. Oh, Purple Snowdrop, you have been here a very long time if you've been here since I did the Area 51 video on Dan's channel.
Oh, wow. I feel like Storm Shadow is
well, it's tough titties. He shouldn't have got you late, should he?
he was here earlier.
Well, okay.
But obviously he wasn't paying attention.
I'll give him a special pass
He's also
because he bought merch yesterday.
Archbishop.
Yeah. Oh, yes. He's the
Of
Archbishop
Tideology.
of the Church of Tideology. Just send me a DM on do that Discord, Storm. And do I get Discord in the App Store?
Ben, people already think the Welsh are behind. You're not helping the cause here.
Yeah, I was going to say. What are these app things you're talking about, Ben? Do you have to put batteries in them or wind them up?
But yeah, if you go on the App Store, type in Discord, it'll
Yeah.
come. You'll have to make an account. I think you can just link it to your email address.
That's a bit worrying to me, though, because in my head, I've had multiple conversations with Ben on Discord. I must have 2 Bens that follow me.
That's funny. Different Ben.
I did have a message the other day, though, right? Let me see if I can. So, where's he gone? Matt Arnold was here, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So I had a message on Discord the other day, and it was like, new phone, who this?
Yeah.
And he was like talking to me, and he clearly, I knew that he knew what,
Yeah.
was very familiar with me and had spoken to me. But I was like, in the end, I was like, who are you, man?
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
went, it's Matt Arnold.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Now it makes sense.
It's really tickled me for Purple Snowdrop.
Oh, damn.
No, you have to go to the post office for Discord.
I speak to you on Facebook Messenger usually.
Oh, that must be what you're on about then.
No, definitely.
No.
I've definitely got a Ben in my Discord server that I honestly thought was Ben speak.
That's
He knows
funny.
dialing ping and everything.
What?
Yeah.
So a different Welsh
Yeah.
Ben who you've been
I always
confusing.
thought that Ben knew Di. But it turns out he doesn't because he was incredibly impressed when we had Di on. Nobody else was, but Ben enjoyed it. And so did we.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Anyway,
That's
send me
funny.
a DM and a DNA sample, a copy of your birth certificate, and a full set of fingerprints, just so I can make sure I'm speaking to the right Ben, please. Thank you very much. And a bag of leaks. Yeah. So if you are interested, just jump on the Discord server, send me a DM. All I want you to do is watch a few videos and give me some brutal feedback. Don't hold anything back. Just don't make fun of my hair or my mustache because I like them both. Well, I like my hair in the absence of said hair. Thank you to everybody who super chatted. I knew I could make it through an hour live stream without needing a pee. But,
Oh, yeah, we're finishing now, aren't we?
mm,
I did forget.
we are.
Oh.
We are.
Next week, Forest Valkyrie.
Yeah.
Don't miss it.
Don't miss it. I'll make extra effort. I'll comb my hair. Might even style my moustache.
Yeah.
All
Full
depends.
twirls.
Yeah, full twirls.
Yeah.
And maybe a white shirt and a cravat
Yeah.
and a pipe.
Maybe you'll get
A pipe seems like something a science type person would,
Hmm.
have hanging out of their gob while they're talking to Forrest Fach guy.
Yeah, maybe you'll get a rare no hat Callum appearance.
Yeah, possibly.
So I'll be in a suit.
Yeah.
My best Sunday
Yeah,
suit.
Like Bart Simpson going to church. You
Yeah.
have it sent apart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, Forrest Fach guy.
Yeah.
I watch you.
Yeah.
That's it. Smoking
Yeah.
jacket in the pipe with a monocle. But I
Like
look
Chris
the
Eubank.
yeah. Or the Monopoly guy
Yeah.
with this mustache.
Yeah.
Oh, it's getting a bit out of control now, isn't it?
It is a power tash.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
It is getting a life of its own. And it's starting to share my food as well.
Ugh.
I know. There's been a few close calls.
Yeah.
Right, anyway, I'm out there before I pee my pants. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to everybody who super chatted and to somebody who became a channel member. I'm going to have to start writing this stuff down so I can express gratitude appropriately. We'll see you tomorrow night after 7 my time. Just, you know, just check tomorrow, see if I published the video, which I will have because I've already uploaded it. Love you. Bye.
Bye. Go and watch the Alex Jones essay.
Yeah.
Thank you all for watching Creaky Live. Don't forget to follow me on all of your social media platforms. Have a good day and have a creaky week.